Baby actually DM'd me when I said the shit about Gunna, like the apology to Gunna. Baby DM'd me. Baby was like, bro, you slime, you tripping, slime. Fuck buddy. I'm like, damn, like, you feel me? Like, I was like, all right, yo, nah, all right.
What's the relationship with you and Gunna right now?
I don't got no relationship, you know?
Wait, what? What if I told you that after years of enduring disses from Lil Baby, Gunna might have finally discovered the perfect method to strike back without uttering a single word? I'm serious, fam. While Baby has been launching attacks for over 2 years, branding him a snitch and mocking his physique, Gunna simply allowed his audience to deliver the message during his latest concert. And the nature of his reaction caused a massive stir across the internet. But stick with me until the conclusion, because I'm going to explain the origins of this entire feud, reveal why Lil Baby could be the biggest hypocrite in modern hip-hop, and show how Gunna's silent retaliation might be the most chilling response ever seen in rap history. Let me rewind and give you the background on how this whole situation originated. Because to truly grasp the weight of Gunna's recent response, you need the complete account of how these two former close friends transformed into adversaries. Gunna and Lil Baby were more than just musical partners. They were like family within the Atlanta hip-hop environment. Their collaborative mixtape Drip Harder soared to number 4 on the Billboard 200, achieving 130,000 equivalent units sold in its debut week. Tracks such as Drip Too Hard became defining anthems for an entire generation of trap music. These artists were constantly together for years. They shared stages, traveled extensively, and occasionally even lived under the same roof. Baby has mentioned in various interviews that Gunna taught him the mechanics of rapping, even paying him $100 to write verses so he could master the basics. They shared a truly authentic friendship where they fostered each other's growth and consistently produced incredible music every time they collaborated. But everything fundamentally shifted in 2022 when Gunna accepted the Alford plea deal in the YSL RICO case.
I became affiliated with YSL around 2016. Is that true as it pertains to you, Mr. Kitchens?
Yes, ma'am.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you acknowledge the following statement? I recognize, accept, and deeply regret that my talent and music indirectly furthered YSL the gang to the detriment of my community. YSL as a gang must end. Is that your statement or acknowledgement?
Yes, ma'am.
For those unfamiliar, an Alford plea essentially permits you to claim innocence while simultaneously recognizing that the prosecution holds sufficient evidence that could potentially lead to your conviction. It is a legal tactic that allows one to bypass a prolonged trial and potentially avoid a much stiffer sentence. However, on the streets and particularly in hip-hop culture, any perceived collaboration with law enforcement is quickly labeled as snitching. The instant Gunna accepted that plea, the whole industry distanced itself from him. But the most impactful rejection came from Lil Baby, who immediately unfollowed him across social media platforms and began making it abundantly clear that he was severing all connections. This felt like more than just a professional decision. It felt personal, as though Baby was genuinely wounded by what he interpreted as an act of betrayal from someone he viewed as family. The first tangible diss occurred in December 2023, when Baby was performing during his It's Only Me tour. When their chart-topping song Drip Too Hard began playing instead of rapping his verse as he had countless times previously, Baby signaled to halt the music and informed the audience, "Stop that. I don't associate with rats." The audience erupted, and the footage spread like wildfire instantly. This marked Baby's public condemnation of not only Gunna himself, but also the entire body of musical work they had created together.
I didn't like this personally. I think this is bad. First of all, this is the first time he's done this.
Yeah.
Lil Baby, you can't avoid Gunna. Your fans want to hear Drip Too Hard. They want to hear these songs that are amazing hit songs that you happen to have with Gunna. You're skipping them because Gunna's a snitch or a rat? I thought Young Thug's father said that. Technically, he's not, right? There's some YSL niggas now saying that, he's not. But Lil Baby's trying to stand on business and be like, yeah, f that. We're skipping the song. We're not even playing the song at the concert no more?
What made this incident even more insulting was the specific timing. Drip Too Hard was their most successful collaboration ever, a track that generated millions for both of them and cemented their status as superstars. For Baby to openly disown that song in front of thousands of people was equivalent to wiping away their entire shared history. It demonstrated his willingness to throw away their legacy simply to make a statement about adherence to street codes. But Baby didn't stop there. Just 9 days later, he released a track titled 350, where he voiced his opinion unmistakably with the line, "I don't care what he a rat still and I said what I said, don't at me." The words were unambiguous and harsh, essentially identifying Gunna without explicitly using his name. The takeaway was obvious. To Baby, Gunna had broken the street code, signifying the permanent end of their friendship.
Baby has big songs with Gunna. He basically said, I'm not gonna work with Gunna anymore.
Not fact.
He said, you can't rap about snitches and snitching and
go
street
do
codes and whatever else, and then you go and do it. What are we gonna rap about?
Facts.
So he basically said he's just not gonna work with him anymore.
Yeah, Baby actually DM'd me when I said the shit about Gunna, like the apology to Gunna. Baby DM'd me. Baby was like, bro, you slime, you tripping, slime. Fuck buddy. I'm like, damn, like, you feel me? Like, I was like, all right, yo, nah, all right, say less. You really don't fuck with him for real. That's what I looked at and like, oh, nah, you really don't fuck with him. Like, y'all really ain't fucking with buddy, say less. That boy was mad, like, Baby probably still mad at me right now just for even posting that shit. Facts, I got the real DMs in my phone right now. That boy Baby DM'd me.
Throughout 2024, Baby continued to launch subtle hints and outright attacks. During interviews, he would frequently offer remarks about faithfulness and remaining steadfast, always suggesting that Gunna had failed those essential tests.
What's the relationship with you and Gunna right now?
I don't got no relationship, you know?
On his social media, he would upload ambiguous posts discussing disloyal acquaintances and individuals who change allegiances when faced with adversity. Whenever Gunna achieved musical success or released new material, Baby invariably seemed to have a sarcastic comment ready. The insults became increasingly personal over time. Baby started referencing their older songs together, but deliberately altering the lyrics to turn them into disses against Gunna, demonstrating his willingness to undermine their history of musical teamwork just to emphasize his perspective. The most recent, and arguably most insulting, jab came when Baby made that reference to the gym, rapping "push up on him at the gym, I hope," immediately followed by him doing push-ups. This line was ruthless because it went beyond the snitching accusations. It became deeply personal, making fun of Gunna's significant weight loss and physical change. For someone who was once your closest friend to attack you in such a way, that is the clearest sign that the relationship is genuinely finished. The gym reference was especially mean-spirited because Gunna's physical transformation has been one of the most positive aspects of his life since his release from jail. He shed more than 50 pounds, achieved the best physical condition of his life, and has been open about how fitness aided his mental and emotional recovery. For Baby to ridicule that progress showed that he was ready to attack Gunna on a purely personal level, not just professionally. But this is the point where the story becomes truly captivating, and where the contradiction in Baby's stance begins to emerge. According to a leaked jail conversation that circulated widely, Young Thug himself conceded that both Baby and Lil Durk reacted prematurely when they initially branded Gunna a snitch. In the call, Thug essentially suggested that these rappers initiated the negative narrative before they had all the facts about what actually transpired in the case.
Coming up soon, I need a verse from you. If you feel like replying, if you feel like you want to reply to what they're saying or something, man, don't do it. Let's drop it on my album. I'm dropping a surprise album on the same day that drop. Send your verse in, bro. I want you and Wham on the same song. Send your verse in. Look.
This information was massively significant because it originated directly from Thug, the individual who was centrally involved in the legal proceedings and possessed full knowledge of the particulars. Thug asserted that Baby and Durk acted impulsively and created a scenario that pressured him into aligning with the narrative to safeguard his own reputation in the streets. Essentially, Thug was suggesting that the entire Gunna is a snitch storyline.
Streets are so atrocious. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't give a if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Durk, Baby. There's a few other rappers, I won't call their names, just because some of them just told me in privacy. All of them rappers start not for Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you're trying to really like jump and work with Gunna, but he's kind of stuck in a...
Take a moment to truly consider this. Baby severed ties with someone who was essentially family to him. He publicly disgraced him and actively demolished their entire musical partnership. All of this was based on what Thug himself referred to as an overly quick judgment. That is not genuine loyalty. That simply amounts to following public opinion and jumping to conclusions without having the complete account. Baby allowed external street politics and public perception to destroy a true deep friendship. However, the hypocrisy becomes even more pronounced when you examine Baby's own professional associations. His record label, Quality Control Music, is co-owned by Pierre P. Thomas, who has his own extensively documented history of cooperating with law enforcement. Back in 2010, P allegedly assisted Atlanta police in a murder investigation by answering questions regarding a shooting that resulted in his friend's death. The documentation from P's cooperation was actually released online, clearly showing that he furnished the police with information about the circumstances surrounding his friend's murder. Now, I am not suggesting P was wrong for cooperating after his friend was killed. Most individuals would seek justice in that devastating scenario. But if we are going to strictly apply the same street code standards that Baby used to judge Gunna, then P would similarly be considered a snitch. Yet, Baby has absolutely no issue conducting business with P, earning millions through a label co-owned by someone who cooperated with the police. He has never once publicly called P a rat, never distanced himself from quality control, and never released any public statements addressing P's involvement with law enforcement.
You are not dropping your cash cow from your label.
At all.
You're not doing it.
Even if you think he's a snitch.
No. You're not doing it.
Joe, you not doing it. There's some people that would do that.
Some people would. Who?
A lot of people would do that.
We got 100 years in the music business. Point me to one person that's done it. All we have is a pattern of working through their discrepancies because it's way too much money involved in the music business. Y'all can't fool me with that y'all tell your street buddies. Sorry.
The obvious double standard demonstrates that Baby's position is not truly rooted in moral principles. This hypocrisy becomes even clearer when you realize that Baby himself has never faced a serious legal challenge. It is effortless to preach about remaining loyal and refusing to cooperate when you have never been forced to choose between accepting an Alford plea or potentially spending the rest of your life incarcerated. Baby has been fortunate enough to avoid significant legal troubles, meaning he has never had to confront the difficult decisions that Gunna was forced to make. The irony is that Baby is condemning Gunna for a predicament he has never experienced, while simultaneously engaging in business with someone who did in fact cooperate with law enforcement. This reveals that his outrage is selective and based more on public perception than on genuine ethical principles. Meanwhile, Gunna has been managing this entire dramatic situation with remarkable calmness. Rather than participating in a messy back-and-forth beef, he has focused intently on his music and his career progression. His album A Gift and a Curse, the last one, achieved both commercial and critical success, debuting at number 15 on the Billboard 200, and proving definitively that the snitching accusations have not damaged his fan base as severely as his detractors had hoped. Gunna's strategy has been to simply allow his achievements to speak for themselves. While Baby and others have concentrated on dismantling his career, he has been selling out major venues, topping music charts, and strengthening his brand. He has performed at packed shows in places like the Barclays Center in Brooklyn and the YouTube Theater in Los Angeles, confirming that he still commands a massive and deeply loyal audience. The few times Gunna has chosen to address the situation, he has done so with notable composure and maturity. In his music, he has included subtle references to the sense of betrayal he experienced from former friends, but he has consistently avoided stooping to crude name-calling or personal attacks. Tracks such as Bread and Butter contained a few indirect shots, but they were intelligently crafted and artistic rather than being crude and disrespectful. But the specific moment that perfectly illustrated Gunna's state of mind occurred at his recent concert. A fan in the audience raised their phone displaying Lil Baby on the screen, clearly intending to get Gunna's attention and perhaps provoke him into publicly acknowledging the feud. When Gunna noticed it, instead of ignoring it or reacting with seriousness, he began to laugh. It wasn't just a small chuckle, he was genuinely cracking up, as if he found the entire situation utterly ridiculous. That reaction conveyed everything. Here is an individual who has been the target of disses and disrespect for over 2 years, and when an audience member tries to drag him into the conflict, he simply laughs it off. This showed that Gunna is neither bitter nor angry about the situation. If anything, he finds it amusing that people are still so preoccupied with him. The clip of Gunna laughing instantly went viral, and the public reactions were varied but intense. Some interpreted it as disrespectful, suggesting he wasn't taking Baby's disses seriously enough. Others viewed it as the perfect counter-response, demonstrating that he has moved on and remains unaffected by the ongoing negativity. But everyone agreed that it was a pivotal moment that perfectly captured Gunna's current emotional state. What made the moment even more significant is that it took place during Gunna's own concert, surrounded by his own devoted fans. This was not a chance encounter. This was Gunna in his natural environment, surrounded by supporters, confidently showing that he is entirely content with where he is in both his career and his personal life. The laughter did not seem forced or feigned. It appeared authentic, suggesting he genuinely does find the whole situation humorous. The reaction also underscored the stark difference in how the two artists are handling this conflict. While Baby continues to throw jabs and make references to their previous friendship, Gunna appears to have truly moved past it. He is not releasing diss tracks or posting vague threats. He is simply continuing with his life and allowing his achievements to serve as his statement. This measured approach may actually be more detrimental to Baby than any diss track could ever be. By laughing the situation off, Gunna is effectively communicating that Baby's opinion is no longer relevant to him. It is the ultimate form of dismissal, not anger or hurt, but mere amusement. It subtly suggests that Gunna now views Baby as inconsequential to his current success and happiness. The timing of this incident is also crucial because it happened after Gunna has successfully proven his ability to thrive without any support from Baby. His recent concert tour has been consistently selling out venues, his streaming statistics remain consistently high, and he has successfully maintained his status as a leading figure in the trap music scene. He has demonstrated that the attempted industry blackballing failed, and that he possesses a loyal fan base that remains unfazed by the snitching allegations. Meanwhile, Baby's most recent projects have not achieved the same impact as his earlier work. Several fans and critics have observed that his music sounds less inspired since he terminated his relationship with Gunna, hinting that their creative partnership may have been more essential to his success than he had recognized. The undeniable chemistry they shared in the studio was profound, and the loss of that collaborative energy might have harmed Baby's artistry more deeply than he anticipated. The entire situation also brings up serious questions about the nature of loyalty and true friendship within the cutthroat hip-hop industry. These two artists created some of the biggest hit songs of the last decade together, earned millions as a duo, and presented themselves as genuine friends. But when external pressure was applied, that friendship instantly collapsed without any meaningful discussion or attempt to understand each other's perspectives. Gunna's laughter at that concert may ultimately be remembered as one of the coldest non-responses in the history of rap conflicts. Without speaking a single word about Baby, Gunna managed to convey that he is untroubled, highly successful, and genuinely entertained by the entirety of the situation. It is the type of response that truly gets under an opponent's skin more effectively than any lyrical diss track, and it showcased a level of emotional maturity that is rare in these types of hip-hop disputes. So, while Baby persists in throwing insults and referencing their past friendship, Gunna appears to have found emotional peace regarding the situation. His laughter was more than just a reaction to a fan's sign. It was a clear statement about his mental and emotional stability, and truthfully, that might be the single most devastating response of all.